Alright guys, this is my personal survival kit, my PSK, like an Altoids 10 kit, but I beefed mine up. I got a case around it. I'm just going to show it to you guys, show you what I got in it. Start off first, I have a Husky multi-tool. It has a straight edge. It has a saw blade, a couple screwdrivers, an awl. That's like a leather punch kind of thing. A file. I think that's a bottle opener. It might be a can opener. Let me see. Nope, just a bottle opener. And then I have a fully serrated blade. And it's spring-loaded. It's heavy, but it's pretty good. It's pretty cheap. It's under $20, I think. So that's pretty good for multi-tool, even if it is heavy. And then next to that, I got a screwdriver pin with four bits. It's got 2 flat heads and 2 Phillip head screwdrivers. Those are always good to have. Those are a lot smaller too, so they're smaller than the ones in my Husky tool. And then I have a Streamlight micro stream flashlight. It's pretty bright. It's like, I think it's 62 lumens. It runs off of one AAA battery. So there's that. Back here I have 12 feet of paracord. And then I also have a Fox 40 micro whistle for signaling and getting people's attention. And then on the inside of the kit, I have the tin. And then I have a pencil. You never know if you might need to write something out, write a note, say, hey, this is where I was, this is where I'm going, I'm heading in this direction. So people can find you. So basically more just signaling kind of stuff. A mask. Nothing fancy, just a regular medical mask. You can use this like if there's a lot of dust. 9/11 there was a lot of dust. And so if you're in an urban situation, if there's any kind of terrorist attack or anything really, there's going to be times where there's a lot of dust or a lot of particles that you just don't want to breathe in, whether it's paint, whatever. So it's good to have one of these. Always have a spare one. Then these are coffee filters. They're good for filtering water, for water filtration. And then this is a packet of Kool-Aid. I have this because sometimes when you purify water with those or with tablets or any form, whether it's water from in the city like a fountain, or whether it's pool water or even lake or stream water or stagnant water somewhere that you don't know where it came from. Even if it's purified, sometimes it just doesn't taste right. Kool-Aid tastes good, so it'll help that go down. And then these are the 2 split rings to put on the end of the wire saw, and so you hold by this, or you even put strands of string and paracord in there and you pull from those. And then here is my sewing kit. It has 6 needles and thread setups. So I not only have 6 needles, but I also have 6 sets of pre-set up thread. And I got this one from the Best Weston in Las Vegas, and it comes with 2 buttons also and a safety pin also. And basically this is good for mending clothes, improvised, whatever you need to improvise, anything with cloth, or even tying off the end of ropes if you need to tie off the end of a rope so it doesn't fray. You can also use these for medical sutures, which is a big plus because some people put super glue in their kits, but super glue doesn't work it closes the wound, but then you're still bleeding. You really want to stop the bleeding first as much as you can, and then use a suture of some sort. You'd also want to sterilize the needle first before you did that. just by boiling in water. This is a gauze pad. Again, you can use it to cover your face, or if you wet it down, or you can use it for its intended purpose for stopping bleeding, making a bandage kind of stuff. These are earplugs. If you're in an urban situation, these would be good because a lot of times if you're in a terrorist attack like 9/11 or anything you're preparing yourself for, sometimes people are frantic, and when people are frantic, it gets loud. And when buildings are crashing, it gets loud. And you're going to want to make sure you protect your ears. Also, if you're in the wilderness, obviously, shooting. This is tinfoil. When you start a fire, you can cook food, boil water. You can polish it with dirt or like a chocolate bar, candy bar, whatever, and actually use it as a signaling mirror. So that's another use for it. This is a real thick tinfoil. It's not like aluminum foil. It's not a thin one like you can usually get in stores, so it's good. And then also down here, I have a pretty good size ferrocerium rod for fire striking. And now on to the kit. I have it held together with rubber bands. Rubber bands are good because they're not only hold the kit together, but you can also use them for improvising, for shelter, for traps, all sorts of stuff. Alright, so when you open my kit, first off, the first thing is I have a pack of mild sauce from Taco Bell, and then I also have a packet of honey from KFC. And people probably think that's weird and a waste of space, but in my mind, if I'm going to be trapping and catching things that I don't know where they came from or how they taste, sometimes you might want to just help it go down. You might not be able to find anything to season your meat with, and I've never had it, but I imagine rat meat doesn't taste that great. But that's that. Under here I have a titanium utility blade, and the blade's taped, and then it's also taped to the thing. And then I also have I think you can see it. It's a strike right there. It's a striker for matches, waterproof matches. I got 5 of those, so waterproof matches. And then here's my wire saw. Not only is it used as a wire saw, but wire saws are also really good. They can make a quick trap. If you take it, put one of the rings on, slide this in through it, and then put the ring on that side, it makes a quick, what kind of trap is that? I can't remember the name of the trap, but it makes a quick snare trap that you can catch a small animal in. Here's my fishing line for the fishing kit. I have it on a stainless steel bobbin, and for sewing. And what I can do with this, I can use a nail or a twig or anything, and I can make a reel out of this, which is nice because then I don't just have a little piece of paper with line on it. I got a full reel of fishing line, so that's nice. Then I got 2 alcohol swabs for either fire starting or cleaning a wound, sanitizing, whatever. A compass. And here, is a cotton ball covered in Vaseline, like petroleum jelly, and then it's in the corner of a plastic bag. I cut off the corner of a plastic bag, and I put it in there, and I wrapped it up, and then I taped it up so I made sure that no petroleum jelly or anything gets into my kit. And then in here is some iodine tablets for water purification. And then on this side is the chlorine tablets that are supposed to get rid of the iodine taste. And I have 6 of each of those, which does 3 liters of water. And then here a bunch of nails. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 nails. You can use these for setting traps or for the fishing line for making a reel, and you can also use them for shelters. So those are good. Neosporin to keep cuts from getting infected, also healing, but if you're in a survival situation, who cares if you get a scar? In fact, the scar may make a cool story. What's most important is making sure that you don't get an infection. And then here's my fishing kit. I got a couple split shot weights and then a couple hooks. And I also have, I don't know if you can see them, but I have in here some eye hooks that like twist into the wall, and you can hang paint that are used for like hanging paintings or frames. And what I have those for is if you take them and you run them along the side of a log or on a stick, you can actually make an improvised fishing rod. So you're not just throwing your line in at the very edge of the water, you can actually get it out there kind of. And then this is something I don't see in most people's kits. This is the pocket clip off a Uniball pin, and I have it bent to create a tension wrench for lockpicking. And with my multi-tool, I can bend this bobby pin to make a small lockpick set that I can use to pick most basic locks and padlocks and master locks. Because you don't know when you're going to need to get through some door or some gate and your survival might depend on just that lockpick. And if all you have in your kit's fishing line and a little saw like this, chances are you're probably not going to make it. It takes up no weight. It's small. It's a good thing to add in. And also, because right now it's just a Uniball pin clip and a bobby pin, it's not considered a lockpick set yet. So you can actually legally carry this around and not get in trouble for burglary tools, which is a big issue in some places. Here's 3 Band-Aids, and then obviously you got your tin for storage and boiling water, and you can polish it up and signal with it. And if you even wanted to, you can actually take a saw, my multi-tool, and I can actually cut out an arrowhead out of here. And this is a really thick, it's a little bit thicker. It's not an actual Altoids tin. It's by some drug company. My parents are doctors, so they get a bunch of weird free junk. This, I think, had a USB drive in it, and it's actually a lot thicker than an Altoids tin. It's not any heavier, really, I don't think, but it's a lot thicker, so if I made an arrowhead out of this, it would actually be more substantial than a normal Altoids tin, which is kind of cool. And that's my tin. That was it. Tell me what you think. Obviously, for snares, I don't have my snare wire in here right now. I actually used it for practicing yesterday, and I'm getting a new snare wire either today or tomorrow, so I'm going to put that back in there. And my plastic bag I usually have a 1 gallon bag that's in here. It's usually laying on the bottom here underneath the tin, and I have that for collecting water. So I can collect water in the bag and then purify it with the tablets, and I can also, while I'm collecting it, if it's nasty enough, I can filter it. So both those things are normally in my kit, and they aren't right now. But other than that, if you guys have any suggestions, comment, put them, I think, down there is where they go. Tell me what I should add. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching.